everyone, welcome back to Tinipoy Actual Speaking. My name is Jennifer Clyde. Now today we'll be talking about vacations. I know we all enjoy vacations and we need vacations from time to time, right? Now when it comes to traveling, I would say one of the best things about hitting the road is meeting new and interesting people. For example, you may walk into a hotel to check in, and of course, you are going to exchange a few words with the person at the front desk. Now, when it comes to meeting new people, are you the type that likes to mingle and really have conversations with them, or not? Anyhow, you may bump into people on vacations as well, whether you fall in love with them or not. People have different ideas and attitudes. Well, today we'll talk about vacations, whether you like to go and relax, take it easy, meet new people, or explore. Let's talk about all of that in today's lesson. Let's get started. Are you ready to get started, everyone? I sure hope so. So once again, we are going to be talking about vacations, traveling. It can be within the country or, of course, abroad. Now, do you like to travel? Do you like to go on vacations? We all have our own preferences, so let's check out some ways in which we can talk about going on vacations, all right, with the 5 W's and how. All right, let's begin with the first W, which is who. As always, think about who you go with. Of course, you can go alone, right? Or with a close friend or friends, or even with family. Okay, now let's quickly brainstorm some more. Now what? Let's focus on the second W, which is what. What do you need to do when you go on a vacation? Oftentimes, you are going to have to make reservations, right? So you have to book or reserve a flight. Book here is a verb for reserve. So you can book a flight or reserve a flight. You can also book a room at a hotel or even tours. You may reserve tours in advance. What about setting a budget? A budget is basically a total sum of money that you can use, right? So you have to set a budget so that you don't spend too much money on your vacation. What else do you have to do? Set a time frame. A time frame is very similar to a time period. For example, you can think about how long you are going to go on this vacation for. So set a time frame. Also, you can talk about expectations, what you expect from this vacation. For example, do you plan to go there and relax, enjoy the sun, or do you plan on, exploring nature? You can talk about what you expect, what you want to do on this vacation. What else can we talk about? Yeah, things to prepare. Get ready, right, for the vacation. Now, you can prepare proper clothing depending on where you go. If you go to a hot region, you are going to have to pack light clothes like shorts and t-shirts. But if you're going to colder regions, of course, you have to bundle up. So proper clothing is important. What about foreign currency? Of course, we are traveling, so foreign currency is also important. Now, passport, credit card, and a guidebook as well. A credit card you may need in foreign countries as well, and a guidebook is basically a book for travelers. It lets you know the places you should go to. Of course, it gives you all the information, so a guidebook is something that will help you on a vacation as well. Now, what do you need to do research on? Let's quickly go through this. Places to tour, places to dine, meaning eat, right? Places to shop, and also you have to check out the rates. If the rates are high or low, and also there's specialties when it comes to food. What kinds of food are delicious? What do you have to try when you go to this area? You can also check out activities, customs. Also, check out the do's and the don'ts of the area. Do's are things that you should do when you go there, or things that are okay to do, but the don'ts are things that you must not do, things to avoid, all right? Now, this is very important when traveling, so do check it out. Now, also do some research on travelers' reviews. Check out websites and see what people think about the area, what they liked and what they didn't like. Now let's move on to our next what. What types of trips do you enjoy going on? We can talk about overnight trips, which means a trip in which you sleep one night and come back, right? An overnight trip. Or weekend getaways. A getaway is kind of like a vacation for relaxation, just to get away from everything, to escape things and relax. That is a weekend getaway. You're going away on the weekend. What about this one? 3-day, 2-night, or 2 nights trip. I think often in Korean it's the other way around, reverse, right? First of all, we say 2박 3일, but in English it's the other way around. We talk about how many days first and how many nights you sleep. So 2박 3일 is 3-day, 2 nights trip, okay? Also, we have extended getaways, long vacations, which is another word for extended, long vacations, backpacking trips. You can also go on camping trips. I think a lot of people these days are going on many more camping trips. Okay, let's move on. When you go, now you can talk about the days of the week. Do you go on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or time of the month? Which week of the month or when during the month do you go on vacations? Now, month of the year. You can also talk about sick leave. Now, sick leave is kind of like a short break you take from work, okay? I think in Korean it's called 병가. So you can say, I'm not feeling so well. I need to take a few days off, and perhaps you could take a sick leave and go on vacation. Okay, season is important. Maybe you go during major holidays, the very big national major holidays, or special occasions such as anniversaries or Christmas. Okay, and what else? Vacations or honeymoons. These are all the times you can go on vacations. Okay, vacations meaning like summer break or winter break for students especially. Okay. Quickly moving on. When did you go or will you go? You can also talk about the last trip you took, the last vacation you went on, the next trip, or perhaps the next vacation you plan on going on. Moving on, we have where you go. You can perhaps talk about going abroad to foreign countries, not in Korea, but to other countries around the world. What about local? Now, local is basically meaning within the country. And spots is another word for areas. So local areas or local places are the same as local spots. You can also go to cold or warm climate regions and hot spots. Hot spot here, what? Spot, same thing as I mentioned, it is an area or a place, but hot here means not that the weather is hot, but I'm saying it is a very popular vacation spot or a vacation area, okay? Okay, moving on. Now, why you go? To relax, to recharge. You are so out of energy. You are so exhausted from work or school. You could go to recharge your batteries, right? Now, to relieve stress, to escape from everything, also to shop. You can go to celebrate a special occasion. What about for business? Of course, you'd be going on a business trip. What about for pleasure and experience? You can go just to have fun, right? Which would mean you're going for pleasure. You're going on a vacation for pleasure, for fun, also to experience new things, perhaps different cultures and traditions. All right, and how you get there? Means of transport you can also talk about. Do you go by bus, train, car, plane? Do you bike to that area? Do you take a boat or even a cruise ship? And finally, let's talk about how much money you tend to spend. Now, how much money do you spend on a trip or a vacation? Do you spend a lot on shopping or dining, okay? Or lodging. Lodging basically means a place to sleep, like a hotel room, a room or a place you will stay, activities or tours. Some people spend lots of money on activities and tours, whereas I do not enjoy going on tours. So on tours, I don't spend that much money. Okay, everyone, we are done brainstorming the cues. Now keep these cues in mind as we listen to the conversation between Rachel and Peter. Here we go with actual talk.
Hey, Peter.
Hey.
You know, I was thinking about where I'm going to go for my honeymoon. I'm thinking about a lot of places. I heard that the Maldives was a hot spot for honeymooners.
The Maldives is supposed to be out of this world.
Really?
It's really pricey, but we don't have many years before it's underwater.
That's true. I heard it's a great vacation spot. But I wanted to ask you, where did you go on your honeymoon?
Well, we decided to go to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Not only do I have some friends living there, but also I've been there many times, so I knew where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
Thailand's great for many things, but lately it's become more and more overrun by people.
Lots of tourists.
Too many tourists and the price is going through the roof.
It's really expensive.
Thailand's fabulous for three things.
Okay.
One, the beaches are out of this world.
Oh.
Two, the food is really delicious and usually cheap. And three, the Thai massage.
Oh,
It's
right.
great. You can get a massage every day and it won't put a dent in your wallet.
Yeah. You know, I think food is really important when I go on vacation spots. I really need good food there. And I don't like to eat food that I'm used to. I want to eat what the locals eat, what they eat in
Something
that
new
country.
and interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And beach also sounds really important to me too. I love just soaking up the sun. So Thailand seems like a great place. Is there anywhere else you would recommend maybe?
I heard Fiji's amazing. It's
Fiji.
really far, but it's
Okay.
great. A lot of people like Bali.
Bali. That's a good
But
place.
I got burnt very badly when I went there,
Oh,
so I don't have
no.
good memories.
Did you wear sunscreen?
I went for a run in the first morning I got there, and I got so badly burnt I ended up in the hospital. So, you know, like the song says, wear sunscreen.
That's true. So pack my sunscreen for sure.
When I go on vacations, I really like to just go someplace natural,
Right.
whether it's the beach or near a lake, in the woods, or at least, you know, by a mountain.
Right.
As long as I have a clean place to sleep and decent food, I'm happy.
That sounds good too. I'll have to think about all those places.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. How much of the conversation did you understand between Peter and Rachel? They were, of course, talking about vacations, and Rachel began by asking Peter about some great spots for honeymooners, right? So she is planning on going on her honeymoon, and she's interested in finding out which places are to check out for. Now, what did Peter say? He recommended places such as the Maldives, Fiji. He talked about Bali as well, and he even mentioned that he went to Thailand for his honeymoon. Let's check out the conversation line by line quickly. Now, as I said, Rachel asked Peter, I was thinking about where I'm going or gonna go for my honeymoon, okay? And then she says, I'm thinking about a lot of places. She has lots of places in mind, and she says, I heard that the Maldives was a hot spot for honeymooners. Now let's check out Maldives. I think often we say Maldives, right? But you always should say the Maldives, okay? I went to the Maldives. I am going to the Maldives. Always remember, it's the Maldives. And she says she heard that it was a hot spot. What was hot spot once again? A very popular destination, especially among who? Among honeymooners. Let's take a look at this word here. Now, honeymoon here, honeymoon is 신혼여행, right? It's vacation for newlyweds, people that just got married. But if you add an ER or an ERS, we're talking about people that just got married that are on their honeymoons. So if you say honeymooners, we're talking about people that are on their honeymoons, okay? All right, let's move on. Now, Peter says the Maldives is supposed to be out of this world. Out of this world? What does that mean? Okay, be out of this world means that it is wonderful. It is extraordinary. It's very difficult to find something like this elsewhere. You will hear this expression a lot, so practice it on your own. Out of this world. It is out of this world. It means it is extraordinary. It is excellent. It's wonderful, okay? And exciting as well. It's really pricey, meaning it's expensive, but we don't have many years before it's underwater. Now, underwater means that it is not above water, but in the water, right? Yeah, people say that the Maldives is sinking, so we don't have that many years left before the Maldives actually sinks or goes underwater. Moving on, Rachel says, I heard it's a great vacation spot. We're using spot a lot here, especially in a casual conversation. Try using the word spot, meaning place or location, destination. She says, where did you go on your honeymoon? Now, Peter answers, we decided to go to Thailand, all right? Not only do I have some friends living there, so he has friends living there, but also I've been there many times. He's been there many times, okay? So I knew where to go and what to do. So he's basically saying he knows a lot about Thailand, and he says Thailand is great for what? Many things, but lately it's become more and more overrun by people. We'll take a look at this word later on as well, but overrun. Over means to exceed something. There's too much of something or too many of something. But run means to, that's right, as we run. So imagine you overrun something, meaning you go overboard. You're going over limitations. But it's overrun by people. So we're saying it is very crowded. There are too many people, okay? So Thailand is nice, but too many people now. It's too crowded. He says too many tourists. And the price is going through the roof. What does this mean? Oftentimes people, when they get angry, they go through the roof, okay? It means in that situation you are very, very upset and angry. But here we're saying the price is going through the roof. So we're saying the price is going up and up and up and up. It's rising. It's increasing. Things are becoming very expensive. Now, Rachel says it's really expensive. Now, but he talks about what's so great about Thailand. Thailand is fabulous for three things. One, the beaches are out of this world. Okay, once again, out of this world. Two, the food is really delicious and usually cheap. And three, the Thai massages. It's great. So this is one way of saying, for example, one, blah, blah, blah. Two, go on. And then three. So mention the things that are so nice about a certain place, like this, okay? 1, 2, 3. And he says, it's great. You can get a massage every day and it won't put a dent in your wallet. Do you remember this expression? We talked about it when we were talking about shopping, that's right. It means to put a dent in your wallet, to spend lots and lots of money. Now, Rachel says, yeah, I think food is really important when I go on vacations. And she says, I want to eat what the locals eat, okay? Now, pay attention to the S here. Usually, as I said, local meaning within the country, okay? Local, within the country. But if you add an S there and say locals, you are talking about the people that live in the area. We're talking about the residents, okay? So she says, I want to eat what the locals eat, what they eat in that country. And Peter says, something new and interesting. Exactly. The beach also sounds really important. And she says, I love just soaking up the sun. Soak up the sun means to absorb the sun, basically laying out in the sun and getting a suntan, enjoying the sunlight. Thailand seems like a great place, but is there anywhere else you would recommend maybe? Now, he says Fiji is amazing. It's really far, but it's great. A lot of people like Bali, so we're talking about Fiji as well as Bali, but I got burned very badly when I went there, so I don't have good memories. Now, burn here, okay, it's B-U-R-N-E-D. It's also spelt with a T, okay? It's used both ways, B-U-R-N-T or B-U-R-N-E-D. Both means the same thing and is the past tense of burn. So he got a sunburn. Now, she asks, did you wear sunscreen? Remember, it's not sun cream, it's not sun lotion, it is sunscreen. Now, did he? He went for a run the first thing in the morning, meaning he went jogging, right? Now, I got so badly burned, I ended up in the hospital. And he says, wear sunscreen. And of course, Rachel says that's true. So pack my sunscreen for sure. Okay. Now, of course, we do have a little bit left. When I go on vacations, I really like to just go someplace natural. Basically meaning I like to explore nature, okay? He says whether it's a beach or near a lake or in the woods, okay? Or at least by a mountain. As long as I have a clean place to sleep and decent food, I'm happy. Decent here means, well, it's acceptable. It's satisfying. It's pretty good, okay? So this is the conversation between Rachel and Peter. Let's have a listen to it one more time with subtitles.
Hey, Peter.
Hey.
You know, I was thinking about where I'm going to go for my honeymoon. I'm thinking about a lot of places. I heard that the Maldives was a hot spot for honeymooners.
The Maldives is supposed to be out of this world.
Really?
It's really pricey, but we don't have many years before it's underwater.
That's true. I heard it's a great vacation spot. But I wanted to ask you, where did you go on your honeymoon?
Well, we decided to go to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Not only do I have some friends living there, but also I've been there many times, so I knew where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
Thailand's great for many things, but lately it's become more and more overrun by people.
Lots of tourists.
And too many tourists and the prices going through the roof.
It's really expensive.
Thailand's fabulous for three things.
Okay.
One, the beaches are out of this world.
Oh.
Two, the food is really delicious and usually cheap. And three, the Thai massage.
Oh,
It's
right.
great. You can get a massage every day and it won't put a dent in your wallet.
Yeah. You know, I think food is really important when I go on vacation spots. I really need good food there. And I don't like to eat food that I'm used to. I want to eat what the locals eat, what they eat in
Something
that
new
country.
and interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And beach also sounds really important to me too. I love just soaking up the sun. So Thailand seems like a great place. Is there anywhere else you would recommend maybe?
I heard Fiji's amazing.
Fiji.
It's really far, but it's
Okay.
great. A lot of people like Bali.
Bali. That's a good
But
place.
I got burnt very badly when I went there,
Oh,
so I don't have
no.
good memories.
Did you wear sunscreen?
I went for a run in the first morning I got there, and I got so badly burnt I ended up in the hospital. So, like the song says, wear sunscreen.
That's true. So pack my sunscreen for sure.
When I go on vacations, I really like to just go somewhere place natural, whether it's the beach or near a lake, in the woods, or at least by a mountain.
Right.
As long as I have a clean place to sleep and decent food, I'm happy.
That sounds good too. I'll have to think about all those places.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, everyone, are you ready to check out the types of travel as we'll be checking out the patterns and the expressions you can use when talking about vacations? Let's first of all check out these. Now, what are they? They are the different types of travel. There are, of course, more, but let's quickly take a look at these. The weekend break, also a weekend getaway, I guess. You're getting away on the weekend. This could save you a lot of money. Perhaps you could leave on a Friday and come back on a Sunday. That is a weekend break. What about a package holiday? I think a lot of people call it a package tour, but you can call it a package holiday. The travel agent does all the work for you. All you have to do is pick a destination, pick a beach, pick a hotel, pick a place, and everything is done for you. It's very comfortable, right? Very convenient way of traveling. What about the group tour? On group tours, you'll find people from their 20s all the way up to the 80s. It's fun to go on group tours if you are a people person, if you like to socialize and talk with people and meet new people. And usually when you go on a group tour, you'll be very, very busy. You will not be bored. Lots of activities involved. What about the caravan, the RV road trip? I think a lot of people these days take their camping cars or rent a camping car and go on these trips. Try using the word caravan. This is a word for camping cars. So if you own one, or you could also rent one and go on these camping trips or the caravan trip. Long-term slow travel is a vacation you take over a year, for example. You could go overseas to study or to work or whatever. Basically, long-term slow travel is enjoying the vacation at a slow pace, taking your time, and taking a very, very long vacation. Moving on, the gap year. This is also a time that you take a year off from school or your job and just get out there. enjoy yourself on this vacation. Visiting friends and relatives, this is also a kind of a trip or vacation. You could stay at a friend's house or a relative's home. It could save you a lot of money, but sometimes, you will not be able to explore as much. What about adventure travel? You could go on these adventure vacations or travels to, skydive, even go in a hot air balloon, do a lot of fun activities. Event travel is where you actually go to, say, for example, see the World Cup or the Olympics, or even if you have a band that you're a fan of, if you go to see their concert in faraway places, that could also be an event travel. And of course, as we know, business traveling is, of course, going on business trips. Okay, quickly let's move on and find out some ways to describe vacation spots, locations, destinations, right? You can say the Maldives is a great hotspot for honeymooners. We saw this sentence in the conversation, right? Remember what honeymooners means? This is not the vacation, but the people that are on a vacation for their honeymoon. Fiji is by far my favorite vacation spot. By far means the best, my favorite, okay? By far, okay? It is the best. By far my favorite vacation spot. There's nothing or no place better than Fiji. 1 week in Hawaii was truly an out-of-this-world experience. As I mentioned, out of this world means what? It means extraordinary. It is wonderful. It is exciting. No other place beats Hawaii. Okay, let's move on. Jeju Island is the perfect weekend getaway. So you could go on a getaway to escape from everything, right? So Jeju Island is the perfect weekend getaway, meaning it is a perfect place to go over the weekend. Go and come back. Moving on, describing activities. What do you like to do when you go on vacations? Now, if you like to go to, tropical islands or hot places, which is me, I could say I like to soak up or soak in the sun at the beach. Soak up or even soak in the sun basically means to lay there and absorb the sunlight. You're getting a tan. You're enjoying the sun, okay? Also, a very similar expression is, I'm looking forward to catching some rays. Catch is what? You're grasping it. You're catching it. But what are you catching? The rays of the sun, meaning the sunlight. So this also means getting some sunlight, getting a suntan, okay? I'm looking forward to catching some rays on the beach. What else can we check out? We took in the mountain, sunset, or even tropical, winter scenery. So try these all out. We took in basically means to absorb. You experienced all of these things. And I like to wind down in the country on the weekends. Here, wind is not 바람. It's not wind. We're not talking about the breeze. We're talking about winding down, which means to relax, everyone, okay? Now we're done with describing activities. Let's take a look at one more quick one. Here we go. Preferences. What kind of vacations do you like to go on? Okay, I like to take brief escapes from my routine. You're sick of your daily routines. You want to get away from it. You can say, I like to take brief escapes from my routine. A stress-free vacation experience is the perfect plan. What is stress-free? Often when we buy chewing gum, it often says sugar-free, which means no sugar. In this case, it means no stress. So you can say a stress-free vacation. Or I often take off when the stress of life has me feeling tense all over. Now, take off basically means to leave, often very quickly without much planning, okay? So these are some things you can talk about when you have a conversation or when you actually have an interview to do about vacations. All right, everyone, that is a wrap for all of our brainstorming cues and expressions. Let's move on and listen to the talk one more time.
Hey, Peter.
Hey.
You know, I was thinking about where I'm going to go for my honeymoon. I'm thinking about a lot of places. I heard that the Maldives was a hot spot for honeymooners.
The Maldives is supposed to be out of this world.
Really?
It's really pricey, but we don't have many years before it's underwater.
That's true. I heard it's a great vacation spot. But I wanted to ask you, where did you go on your honeymoon?
Well, we decided to go to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Not only do I have some friends living there, but also I've been there many times, so I knew where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
Thailand's great for many things, but lately it's become more and more overrun by people.
Lots of tourists.
And too many tourists and the prices going through the roof.
It's really expensive.
Thailand's fabulous for three things.
Okay.
One, the beaches are out of this world.
Oh.
Two, the food is really delicious and usually cheap. And three, the Thai massage.
Oh,
It's
right.
great. You can get a massage every day and it won't put a dent in your wallet.
Yeah. You know, I think food is really important when I go on vacation spots. I really need good food there. And I don't like to eat food that I'm used to. I want to eat what the locals eat, what they eat in
Something
that
new
country.
and interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And beach also sounds really important to me too. I love just soaking up the sun. So Thailand seems like a great place. Is there anywhere else you would recommend maybe?
I heard Fiji's amazing. It's
Fiji.
really far, but it's
Okay.
great. A lot of people like Bali.
Bali. That's a good
But
place.
I got burnt very badly when I went there,
Oh,
so I don't have
no.
good memories.
Did you wear sunscreen?
I went for a run in the first morning I got there, and I got so badly burnt I ended up in the hospital. So, you know, like the song says, wear sunscreen.
That's true. So pack my sunscreen for sure.
When I go on vacations, I really like to just go somewhere place natural, whether it's the beach or near a lake, in the woods, or at least, you know, by a mountain.
Right.
As long as I have a clean place to sleep and decent food, I'm happy.
That sounds good too. I'll have to think about all those places.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now it's time for a breather, everyone. We've come a long way. Hard work, well done. Now, sit back, relax, stretch your arms, and let's take a look at today's idiom. Today's idiom is be booked up. Be booked up. Remember, as we were brainstorming cues, I did mention book a flight, book a room, book a tour. So what does book mean in this case? As a verb, it means to reserve. So here is a sentence. All the rooms at the new resort were booked up during peak season or during the peak season. They were booked up, meaning what? Here is the definition. To be booked up means 예약이 끝나다, 예매표가 매진되다. So you can say the tickets were all booked or the rooms were all booked or booked up, okay? The definition is to have no rooms, tables, or tickets left for a time or date. So of course, when you call a hotel and they have no rooms available, you can say the rooms were booked up. Here's one more sentence. All flights to Thailand are booked up for the Chuseok holiday. This is what happens very often. One more time. All flights to Thailand are booked up for the Chuseok holiday. All right, everyone, that is all for today's idiom.
Where did you go on your last vacation? Who did you go with, and how long was your trip? Where is your favorite vacation spot? Talk about some things you did there.
I went to Yeosu with my classmates last winter vacation. It was 3 days planned trip, and the most favorite place I enjoyed was aquarium, which was built by Hana Company, named Aquaplanet. I loved that place because I could fully enjoy the whole aquarium without much people because it was not a season for travel. I could closely observe the dolphins, and I even saw some dolphins open their mouths right in front of my face. I loved that experience, and I want to go back there one more time.
That was a wonderful interview as always. Thank you for your time and effort. Now, we talked about going to an aquarium, so let's check it out and see how well she did. Wonderful job here. I loved the place because I could fully enjoy the whole aquarium. She did mention that she went to an aquarium, right? So she's saying something good about this place. Why she enjoyed it? Because I could fully enjoy the whole aquarium. Now here, let's pronounce the word aquarium. It's not aquarium, it's aquarium. Aquarium. One more time. Aquarium. Okay, let's check out good. Number 2, I could closely observe the dolphins, and I even saw some dolphins open their mouths right in front of my face. Now, right in front of my face, or you can also say right in front of my eyes. Even in Korean, we often say 내 눈앞에서, right? 바로 앞에서. So you can say right in front of my face or right in front of my eyes. Moving on to some oopsies. It was 3 days planned trip. If you say this, it could sound like you planned this trip for 3 days. 3일 동안 이 여행에 대해서 고민을 하고 결정을 했다라는 느낌이 들 수 있어요. Okay? So instead, you should say it was a 3-day or 3 days trip. Remember, it was a 2-day trip. It was a 3-day trip or 3 days trip. You can say that it was a 3-day or 3 days trip. Moving on to the next one. The most favorite place I enjoyed was aquarium named Aqua Planet. This is all good, but let's take a look at the beginning. The most favorite place? What about my favorite? So you can say my favorite place, okay, or the place I enjoyed most. So instead of saying the most favorite place, whose favorite is it? It is your favorite. So say my favorite place, or the place I enjoyed most was the aquarium. All right, so we just took a look at all the good points and the oopsies as well. I want to say job well done, and we're going to have to move on, everyone. I guess we didn't cover as much as you may have expected, but time is out, everyone. Try to focus on the different expressions you can use when talking about a certain topic in a conversation or, of course, in an interview. Oftentimes we see very basic structures and basic patterns, but I just try to give you some more examples of other ways you can talk about these topics. Now, today we talk about going on vacations. So what is most important? Of course, finding a place that you want to travel to would be the best. Meeting new people could be a great experience as well. But I would say, most importantly, if you don't want to call a hotel and have them tell you, I'm sorry, all of our rooms are booked up. Yeah, make reservations in advance and make plans ahead of time, all right? And enjoy your vacations fully. Now, remember that plane tickets can also cost more the later you try to reserve them or buy them. So, best of luck to all of you when it comes to reserving or booking a room at a hotel or even booking flights. Next time, I'll be joining you back with another vacation or a travel topic. We'll be talking about business trips. So I'm sure many of you may go on business trips. Some of you may not go on business trips. And if you are still in school, definitely not yet, everyone. But we'll be talking about some things you might be able to mention in a conversation or an interview when it comes to business trips. So get ready for that next time. Until then, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.